During the reign of King Nebuchadnezzar in Babylon, the nation of Judah experienced difficult times because God delivered them into the hands of the Babylonians as a result of their unfaithfulness. Nebuchadnezzar ordered his guard to select several young people from the descendants of the noble and royal families of Israel who were capable, good in appearance, and had wisdom and understanding. They had to be educated in Chaldean science and language for 3 years before they could serve the king. Among them were Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, who were later given the names of Babylon, Belteshazzar, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Despite his unfamiliar surroundings, Daniel was determined not to defile himself with the food and wine from the king's table. He asked permission from the palace butler to eat only vegetables and water. God gave Daniel favor in the eyes of the butler, who, though hesitant, eventually granted Daniel's request by testing him for 10 days. After the trial period, Daniel and his 3 friends appeared healthier and better than the other young men who ate the king's food, so the butler allowed them to continue on their diet. During their education in the Babylonian palace, God gave these 4 young men extraordinary wisdom and understanding. Daniel especially received the gift of understanding visions and dreams. When their 3-year education was over, they were brought before King Nebuchadnezzar. After testing them, the king found that no one was equal to Daniel and his 3 friends in wisdom and knowledge. They were appointed to serve the king and were often called upon to give advice. The king tested them in various matters and found that their wisdom was 10 times greater than that of the astrologers and wise men of Babylon. Thus, they not only survived in a strange and challenging environment, but also stood out as men of God-given wisdom. Daniel himself continued to live in the palace and serve in the Babylonian government until the reign of King Cyrus. From this story, we can see that Daniel and his friends' loyalty to God earned them extraordinary grace and wisdom. They were not influenced by Babylonian culture and customs that conflicted with their faith, but remained firm in their true principles. Their decision not to defile themselves shows their steadfastness in maintaining their faith despite great pressure. The main meaning of this story is that God is always with those who remain faithful to Him. Faithfulness to God not only brings protection, but also gives wisdom and success in the midst of a world full of challenges. Daniel and his friends teach that steadfast faith in difficult circumstances will result in God's real care and help.
Okay, that's the video. If friends like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.